there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another couch video. Let me read this title right. Women read a man's nonverbal presentation. This episode is sponsored by the Oracle of Khemsa Nu, the new novel by Master Yao and Yamache Morris. The new age has come. The powerful 9 deities of the Tree of Life have commanded the elementals to help restore Earth from ruin. New races of man are born from fire, earth, air, and water, each with a special mission, especially the Asuo race. They are tasked with restoring the Oracle portal connecting the Earth to the ancestor sphere of Asamando. Failure will bring the dreaded convergence of fate worse than death, but the Great Spirit is kind. And in success, man stands to experience 1,000 years of paradise. But will humanity accept the offer? This novel has story elements ranging from science fiction to fantasy to the supernatural. The scope of the action is expansive with great characters, fight scenes, eroticism, and thought-provoking metaphysics. There is even subtle commentary on real-life issues. I highly recommend this book. A link to purchase this epic novel is in the description box. Yeah, women be reading a man's nonverbal presentation. You know what? See, I'm going to tell you what. Communication is only about 8% verbal. So you can go up, you approaching a woman or you sitting back waiting for the choosing signals or she approaching you. I don't care what it is. I don't care what your bait is. You're communicating, you still got to communicate with a woman. Now, everybody know about the mouthpiece and everything. And you know, some people got that smooth rap, as we would call it. Okay, that's cool. But see, women by nature, they ain't just hearing what you're saying. And of course, they're visual, but they're not just looking at your aesthetics. They reading your body language. So when you talking to that woman, are you looking her in the eye? Is your head being held up? Are your shoulders up and back? Or even when you just moving, how do you move? Are you moving with confidence, moving through the world with authority? Or are you moving like you're timid or something? And I'm gonna tell you what, that's where a lot of guys mess up on that nonverbal communication. That's why I say you can't really lie to a woman. You could tell her like, you know, if you think, being alpha and all of that, said something, oh, she's looking at something else. And they looking at it deeper than what even another man could see. You know, they looking at the energy you project and how you stand and is it confident? Like a woman to get wet off a man's walk. That's because it communicates to her that he can handle shit. He's confident. He ain't scared. Or even when he's, there's a lot of guys, they say, well, the face. Well, the aesthetics is one thing, but say he's talking to her and he's not looking her in the eye, or he's not coming off as confident, or he's moving around to something that turns her off, or even the look in his eyes. Like a lot of people, like when women look at a man's eyes, that's communicating something too. Does his eyes look hard to her? Like a woman, he could have like everything perfect. He could be the height and everything, but in his eyes, he looked like a killer. Or the eyes like kind of kind. They read all of that stuff, all the nonverbals. See, a man, if he's going to be anything, he can't put on that mask. That's where the issue comes in. A lot of guys think they can just say something. Like you get a lot of guys who say, well, I'll just tell her I have money. Okay, what that got to do with anything? But your nonverbal says no. Or you know what I always say? I say when women looking at a guy, she trying to imagine him naked. But part of imagining him naked is wondering how he would do in the bedroom. But if he's moving around and his body language say he's not sexually confident, like not the type of man who would take charge, who would dominate just in his body language, she'll just walk on past him. And see, a lot of guys can't figure that out. They'll be like, they said all the right things and everything. In fact, let me share something. This woman I dealt with back in the day, and I ain't gonna lie, she might even watch this. I'm surprised she didn't reach out to me already anyway. But it was just purely sexual. I ain't spend one penny on her. Purely sexual. I go over to her place, hit it, and go home. It's like that for 4 years too, right? And even to the point, I ain't really mind if she go mess with somebody else. She wasn't my girlfriend. She was not my girlfriend. And I was like, okay. And I remember she said one guy was trying to get at her, right? And she said, Rom, he had everything. He had everything on paper, but she didn't feel right about his energy. And something about it. And see, when women talk energy, part of that is she's taking in his body language and everything. That's very important. A lot of guys don't get that. Like, you got a lot of guys talking about they're going to be alpha, and they might even try to fake it, but you really can't fake it if you're not feeling it inside. You got to feel it. Like, it's going to be in how you walk, how you carry yourself. Everything. It's going to say something, you know? In fact, I had talked before about this video I did, a quick video my son took me of walking in this mall. And, you know, a lot of people said different things, but I noticed one thing. A lot of guys included, they were like, you know, you look kind of dangerous there. Yeah, that's how I walk. But that's what people get. I mean, seriously, I've had people, I'm just walking along, I've had people say, you know, you carry yourself like a thug, like a true thug, like dangerous. I've had people say that. Yeah, honestly, I'm not perfect. And there's some things in the past I might not want to talk about. But that's just how I carry myself in the streets. But that's what they're seeing. They don't see Mark. And they see, that's the thing too. Sometimes when women looking for the mark. Now, you know, I don't go in on women on this channel, but let's be real. There are some straight predators out here. There's some women, they looking for a mark. They looking for a lane. They look at the body language. They looking at the non-verbal presentation. That's why they can always pick out one. They experts at it. It's the same thing with panhandlers. A panhandler, they can always look at somebody and say, okay, this person gonna pay, or this person gonna do it. In fact, criminals, stick-up kids and stuff, when you walking through any place, they'll look at you and be like, yeah, okay, yeah, I can rob that person. It's a real thing. Now, what would you do to deal with this? Now, it's always cliche to say being confident in everything, but whatever you do, you got to develop yourself to the point where it's so much a part of your subconscious, you're not even thinking about it. I use the example of how I walk. I don't think about it, I just do it. And other people say, well, I'm seeing this, or I'm seeing this. That's the thing. And, you know, for some people, hey, it lets them know. In fact, I've had a lot of people I'm cool with. They say when they first met me, they say I had a dangerous vibe. I'm peaceful though, except when you fuck with my family. So anyway, that's the thing. Think about your nonverbals. Now, this is what I would suggest to anyone. Find some people who love you, particularly some women who love you, and they're going to be honest with you. Can't be your family member. Your family member is always going to see what they're going to see no matter what you got. They're going to see positive no matter what. Find some women who, you know, they cool with you. They can be blunt. Sometimes a blunt woman is good, even if you don't like what she just said, but she'll tell you what a lot of stuff is going on. Look for that person. Look for that person. Have them evaluate you. And then you have the idea what you got to work on. And to really change it, like presentation, and this is really with everything. I don't care what you're doing. You got to change your mindset, because I'm going to be real. A lot of people are messed up because of their mindset. It don't matter what they look like, how much money they got. If they got a jacked up mindset or a weak mindset, that's the issue. That's another conversation. And that's deeper. That's a deeper thing. But they are checking out that nonverbal presentation. When I got on time. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. Get back with y'all later. Peace and many blessings. Purchase the novel, The Oracle of Khemsa Nu, and check out the world of Khemsa Nu at oraclekhemsanu.com.